Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Influenced by Kim. I'm your host, Sophie Kim Cohen-Myers. Today, I want to tell you guys the story of how I manifested $10,000 in 4 or 5 days. This wasn't the most money. This is one of my first, how do I explain this? I had more money in my bank account prior to that. I'm really trying to think of how to put this into words, but I guess this is the first time that I manifested 5 figures. Okay, that's the right way to say it. This is the first time I manifested 5 figures in 5 days. Okay, that's what we're going to call this. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, you guys. So this story takes place a couple years back. I don't know how many years ago, but I was living in Los Angeles at the time. I was a travel blogger, but I don't believe that I was full-time. In fact, I probably was not. And so I also had side gigs that I would pick up. And one thing that I used to do many years back is be a bottle service VIP girl. I've always been really good at sales. And that was just something that I picked up, a skill set that I picked up along the way. Okay, so this bottle service thing, I would just do randomly just to make extra money. I wasn't on contract for it. I would just do it sporadically, randomly, whenever I needed extra money or whatever. So there was a time where I basically hadn't gone to Israel in a long time, and I just really missed my mom and my sisters. Oh yeah, I just went through something. I had something really dramatic happen in my life that was not good. I just wanted to see my mom and my sisters. I wanted to be with family. And so I wanted to be with family for the holiday. So I came up with a plan, which is what I normally do with all of my trips. I plan out the entire travel itinerary, and I kind of look at life like the buffet of life. What do I want to do? What do I want? How do I want it to look? I select through my imaginations, through all my wild ideas, exactly what I want. And so the goal was I wanted to go to Israel for the Jewish New Year's. I wanted to go there, be there for a few weeks. And then I wanted to also go to Paris on the way back home. But not only did I want to go to Paris, this would have been, I believe, my 3rd time in Paris. But this time I decided that I wasn't going to stay in a basic place. I don't think that I've ever stayed in a basic place, but I wanted to make one of my bucket list dreams come true. And I wanted to stay at a hotel in Paris that had these really long, dreamy, European, Victorian windows. You know what I'm talking about? Those windows that it's like a Europe thing, right? These 2 windows that you just pull open inwards or outwards, really dramatic, really big windows, vintagey, cool, movie-like. That's what I wanted. I wanted to be Carrie Bradshaw. I wanted to be Emily in Paris, even though Emily in Paris didn't come out at the time. It wasn't on TV, but I wanted this very, no, not Emily in Paris, Carrie Bradshaw. It had to be couture and over the top. And so I wanted these dramatic windows. I know that there was another movie though that opened up to the Eiffel Tower. So I wanted Eiffel Tower view, a beautiful luxury hotel with preferably a balcony or these dramatic windows. But I was visualizing these dramatic windows. That way I could just sit in my room and just gaze at the flashing light from the Eiffel Tower. And that was my dream. And I've told you guys this before, one of my specialties in manifestation, I don't know which episode I talked about this in, but one of my specialties in manifestation is manifesting big quantities amount of money or a specific money amount in a very short amount of time. That's one of my specialties in manifestation, and I have an entire masterclass, a 2-hour masterclass dedicated to it. It's called Money Magnet, where I literally teach you how to fucking manifest whatever dollar amount that you want and need in a very short period amount of times. So that's literally my specialty. I've done this for years, which is why I had the balls to fuck around and try to do this with 5 figures. This was the first time that I had done this with 5 figures. And the timeline was really motherfucking short. I just want to say that. I think this entire idea came about less than a week. I feel it came about less than 2 weeks, a week and a half. And so if we can like visualize that. So it's a week and a half before my trip, but I have no money. I have like zero money in my bank account. Not zero, but we get it. I have no money for the trip. And I somehow need to come up with 10 grand because I calculated, okay, this was my calculation. I was going towards the end of the month, so I needed to pay this month's rent, next month's rent, or something like that. I needed to pay for my flight. That was like, so I think my rent was like 2 grand. So 2 grand, 2 grand. That's like 4, because I wanted to go for at least 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I'm guessing. So 2 months of rent was like 4 grand. Flight, normally $1,500. I wanted a few $1,000s. I think I said that I wanted like 3 or 4, 35, 3,000 to like spend while I'm in Israel. And then I needed a flight to Paris, and I needed to book this fancy ass room that I wanted. And so that was the goal. So I decided that I was going to do this a week and a half before. Wild shit. Sometimes I'm so fucking crazy and out there. Like, I don't know how I come up with these things. But if you ask me, how do I come up with these things? It's because I'm ballsy as fuck. I dare to dream. I dare to dream big. I dare to make the impossible possible. It's my obsession. I'm the queen of making the impossible possible. I'm obsessed with people telling me I can't do something because I'll fucking do it times 10 and shock them and amaze them. Like the shock factor and their facial expression and tone of their voice like amazes me and just gives me life. And I do want to say this. I'm not saying that you can't manifest 5 figures if you've never done it before, but I want to say this, that like I didn't start at 5 figures. Even though I do believe that you can manifest 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it comes down to a worthy thing and an energetic with money, which I get into inside of my masterclass, Money Magnet. But you can literally manifest any quantities, amounts of money as long as you believe that you are worthy of it. And that's actually really fucking deep. And it's the truth. If you think a certain money amount is too much, guess what? You're not going to manifest it because you're going to think it's too much and it's too hard. But if you think like you could actually do it. So when I set goals, what I do is I know what is quote unquote realistic. So I play basically in the realm of realistic and dream and fantasy. Like, I think that's, I don't know what the other word would be. But while I dream big, I'm also realistic, but I dream big. So I'm like 60% dreaming, but like 40% realistic. A lot of people with their manifestations, they're not realistic at all. They're not really, and when I say that, there's so many factors like being attached to your manifestation. There's so many different things that go into that. But a lot of times people ask for things that they don't feel worthy of. They don't really energetically connect to. They just want them to want them. And there's no like purpose. There's no like, they're just like saying crazy shit because they think that they can. But that does not mean that they're going to manifest it. You have to be a vibrational match to your manifestation. You have to be energetically aligned. There's a lot of different energetics that goes into manifesting it. And so I've taught manifestation to so many people for literally over 2 decades. And I do coaching one-on-one for people on manifestation and business and mindset and all the things. I really coached a lot of people on this. And a lot of times people, also like a sales trainer where I would like really teach people about this as well. A lot of times people say like they want, how do I explain this? Okay, I'll give you guys an example. I was a sales trainer in Baltimore many years back. I was the best. There was nobody that even fucking came close to me. My paycheck was 3.5 times more than anyone else. No one came close to me. And I started off like everyone else. And then I obviously surpassed and I became the sales trainer and the manager and like all these things. But I know people. I know people's energy. I know how people are. I read people. Somebody can just walk into a room and I know everything about them. I just download the energetic codes. Like I've been doing this shit for years. And so sometimes I have people, for example, that are like, I had people that were like lazy, pothead, quiet, awkward, weird, didn't really want to fucking be at work. And I would train these people, right? And this person never made $100 in their entire life. I'm not joking. And so you ask them like, what is your goal? And they tell you that like in a week and a half, their goal is to make like $2,000. But they never even sold like one product. And it's like, okay, well, can we just like well, it's great to dream. Let's be a little bit realistic since you've never done this before. Or I had like this one guy who was like, would just go to work, just stand there. It's a sales job, commission only. So if you don't sell, you make nothing. And it's like, he said that he would love to have, his goal is to make like a $3,000 paycheck in 2 weeks. But he would just go to work and be on his phone and be zoned out and not make any sales and like would be totally okay with like making $0 amounts through commission on a daily basis and go home and have no money. And he was okay with that. But his goal was to make $3,000 in 2 weeks. But he also made 0 fucking efforts to make that possible. And he was even okay with the fact that he's like making 0 day after day after day. And so it really, when it comes to manifestation, it really is in the nitty gritty detail. There's so many people have so many blockages in so many different parts when it comes to manifestation. But so with me, I always think of, okay, what is realistic according to my experience, according to my past, according to whatever. Okay, I think of like what's actually realistic, what I've been able to accomplish, and then I take it up a notch. So what's realistic essentially means is what's inside of your comfort zone, right? What have you done before? And then whatever I think that is, I would always think to myself, okay, how do I take it up a notch and step outside of my comfort zone? And that's where I would always dream. So since in the past, so the 10K in 5 days, since in the past, I know, so I collected my database, right? Like I know I'm a fucking phenomenal salesperson. I know I'm a great fucking manifester. I know that I'm amazing at manifesting big quantities or any quantities or specific dollar amounts and manifesting it. And I've proved that to myself like an infinite amount of times. At that point when I was manifesting the 10K in 5 days, I had proved that to myself that I'm able to manifest exact dollar amounts in short period amount of times. You guys, like over 100 times, maybe 200 times. I've done that. Maybe 300 times. No exaggeration. I know that sounds fucking crazy to some people that think that they've never manifested any money. But so it's like I had so much evidence to back up like my dream, right? I've also been able to hold the energy of carrying 4 figures. I've also been able to make 4 figures. Like, so it's not that and by the way, like I've already had 5 figures in my bank account too at this point. Now I'm not saying that, I'm trying to explain this. I'm not saying that like if you've never manifested like 4 figures and you can't do 5, you can, but also like be realistic with like expectations, okay? So back to the manifestation. So this was my mission. And the reason why I gave myself a 1.5 week timeline was because the Jewish New Year's was going to start. And I wanted to spend like the New Year's with my family, which is like really important. It's the Jewish New Year's, like in Judaism, is very different than the American version. It's like a very beautiful, fancy dinner. It's like a Thanksgiving vibe, but like more over the top, and everyone dresses in white, and it's just like a very beautiful tradition. And just like, I don't know, October, September, the Jewish calendar, there's normally, it's like the high holidays. So there's 4 holidays that like follow the whole thing. There's like the Jewish New Year's and there's like 4 holidays that follow. So I also knew that my mom would have time off of work, and it just seemed like energetically aligned, but it was kind of stretching it. So after I made up this dream in my head, I thought, okay, how do I achieve it? Because I don't have money for it. All I had, okay, so this is where I play games. All I had money for was the flight. Okay, so I like to fuck around and find out. That's like my energy. I don't know that everyone's as ballsy as me, but I feel like if you're not a risk taker, and if you're, how do I say this? I'm not afraid of failure, but I also don't accept failure as an option. Does that make sense? I failed an infinite amount of times in my life to know what that feels like, which is how I became the fucking fighter that I am. So I'm like a really big risk taker because I'm not afraid to fail. I know that there's a lesson in failing, but I also don't look at failure as an option. Energetically, mentally, emotionally, I'm really competitive. There's no fucking way that I'm setting myself up for a mission and I'm going to fucking fail. Like, I refuse to accept that as my reality, like ever.com. So I did this ballsy thing, which I've done plenty of times when I've traveled the world. If you don't know, I'm a luxury travel blogger. I traveled to 67 countries solo. So I've done this shit plenty of motherfucking times. This is what I did. I probably had like $2,000 in my bank account, but I still needed 10 more. So I decided that with this $2,000, I was going to go and buy myself a ticket to Israel. Okay. I was going to buy the ticket, but I had $0 for anything else. AKA, I bought myself a ticket. I don't have money to pay for this month's rent, next month's rent, and I bought the ticket to last for 2 months, essentially. I don't have money for food. I don't have money to pay my bills. I don't have money to do my Paris thing. Like, I have no fucking money to do any of these things, but I want to do them. But I just, it's nuts. I don't know if you get it, but I essentially went and bought the ticket because I felt like if I buy myself the ticket, again, this is backed up by many successful manifestation stories. I bought the ticket without having any money for the fucking trip, for rent, for anything. And this was a really huge risk to take, obviously, because if I didn't make the 10 grand or anything near it, how the fuck could I go? I couldn't go without paying my rent, right? I couldn't go without having money to eat there. It wouldn't make sense. So I essentially put myself in a very stressful, it's not stressful to me. That's the thing about it. I feel like that would stress out maybe some people, not me. It excites me. It excites me to make the impossible possible. So I put myself in this situation where I had no choice but to succeed. And it also it put like a fire up my ass. Like, girl, like, now you've wasted, not wasted, but like you've wasted like, $1,500. Now you only have $500 and you have no choice but to succeed. Because what happens is, I've noticed, like, during those times in my life, I got so good at manifestation that it became like too easy. It wasn't like challenging or stimulating enough. In earlier times in my life, like, anything I wanted, I could just manifest. It happened so fucking fast. And I got to a point where it just like wasn't stimulating or as exciting as it originally was. And so I always wanted to add like some excitement, some like risk factor. I was cocky in knowing that I could manifest everything I ever wanted. And so a lot of times I would just like wait till like the timeline was like super short and the mission was like almost nearly impossible to get started, if that makes sense. So, I used to be like, I want $2,000, and then I would just manifest it in 24 hours. And it was like, oh, that was so easy. And then it's like, I want, $5,000, and I manifested so fast. And I'm like, that's so easy. So then it got to a point where when the numbers went bigger, or I had like bigger goals, I just kind of like procrastinated. That's the word. Like, I procrastinated in the beginning. Like, I'm like, I have this goal, I want to do this thing, but like, I have 2 weeks. Like, that's plenty of time. It's not, I can just do it so fast. It won't be like as exciting. It'll just be too easy. So I would wait till like really like the end, procrastination, like till the due date. I would wait really close to the point where it was like kind of risky at this point. And that's like where the story is, right? So a week and a half before my trip, I need to make 10 grand. I'm like, okay, I bought the flights and now I have to fucking go, but I have no money for this trip. So I'm kind of being crazy, but I'm putting myself in like this awkward, weird space and place. And I started to brainstorm on how I can make that 10 grand. And what happened is I used to, like I said, do bottle service in Hollywood's clubs and, I don't know, fun jobs that it just, you come and go, you make money, it's cash, it's fun, it's like, whatever. I was really good at what I do. And a while ago, I had one of like the club's manager. We were really tight. We were really cool. And he decided to move to a different state. And so I would talk to him through after he quit and left and went to a different state to work at a different club. I would talk to him every once in a while. And he's like, dude, this club that I work at is fucking crazy. You don't understand like the amount of money that girls are making here. It's insane. Like, and I was like, how crazy is it? And he's like, I don't know. Some girls make like like, I don't, what did he say? Like $2,000 a night. And I was like, holy shit, that's fucking crazy. What do you mean? Like, how? Like, how? And he planted the seed inside of my subconscious mind. Then I had another friend who knows this guy. He was a guy too, who's in the industry, tell me also like the same thing about this one place. And I was like, damn, you've sparked my curiosity, but I didn't actually believe them. I'm not as gullible as I once was. Like, I still questioned it. I was like, I don't know. That probably happens to like, I don't know. Like, people love to exaggerate. I don't know if I like full-blown believe, Anyways, well, I didn't fully believe the stories. I felt like I had no better choice but to take a risk and bet on myself. And so I spoke to the manager and I just wanted to make sure like everything's still the same. And he's like, come. It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna fucking kill it. You're so beautiful. You're gonna kill it. I know that you're so good at what you do. Come. I was like, okay, cool. So I decide like, fuck it. With whatever $500 I had, maybe I had more than $500. I decided that I had to have more. Like, it doesn't fully make sense. But I didn't have like, maybe I had like $1,000. I'm not sure how much I had at this point. I decided to buy a flight there, rent out an Airbnb, rent a car. So I needed like money, right, to do that. And it was betting on myself like big. Anyways, I book all this stuff. I find it like within hours. I'm like ready to fucking go. I think I literally get on a flight the next day. And so this was over the weekend, okay? That I decided that I was going to go to Israel and do this whole thing. So now we're less than a week and a half away from the goal. I think like Sunday night, I booked everything, okay? And then I think Sunday or Monday, I had booked everything. And so the goal was that this work trip was going to be from Tuesday to Saturday in the middle of the night, Sunday early morning, back to LA. And then my flight to Israel was on Monday, that following Monday. Does that make sense? So this whole thing is like, I had to come up with the money like within a week, but it was less than a week. Anyways, I grab Peanut, my little Yorkie dog. We go to the airport, we land in this city and we rent the car, we get to the Airbnb and there's so many nerves. It's like a new city, new place, new people, like zero. I don't know what the fuck to even expect. Like I have this massive goal. Like I don't even know, like just betting it on myself, like going all in, but like kind of being nervous and being like, you're fucking nuts, bitch. You're fucking crazy. What the fuck are you doing? You're so impulsive. This whole thing is fucking crazy, but you have to make it happen. Like you have no other choice. I always do that to myself. I'm like, you have no other choice. Okay. So I land in this city on Tuesday afternoonish. And so I needed to energetically recalibrate my energy field and get like, actually, now it's like showtime, it's game on, it's manifestation turned on, full blown, which in my brain is like, you have to be motherfucking focused as fuck because you have a kind of a big goal in a very short period amount of time. I know that most people can't do what I did. I'm not most people. I don't compete with anybody else. I create my own categories and my own goals, and I just kind of go all in on myself. So I was like, okay, what can we do to get my energy aligned, get myself focused energetically? I did a bunch of things to cut out any distraction while I was on this mission with myself. I was manifesting, like, obviously the entire time while I was there, but also on the plane, but also in LA, like visualizing myself, like in Israel, doing all the things, doing the Paris thing. Like I kept the visualization, but there's so much more that goes into manifestation when it comes to that. Again, I teach a lot of this in my masterclass, Money Magnet. There's so much more than just visualizing it. There's so much tricks and hacks and mindset things that have to be aligned. And so I did this thing where this is like one of my fun tips and tricks to manifesting money. I'm going to give you guys a free bonus one on the house. I do this thing where I grab like notebook paper. I grab like paper. And I always feel like I have to do this with like a Sharpie marker or with like, if I do it with a pen, I'd rather not do it with a pen. I'd rather it be a Sharpie marker. But I do this thing where I take a piece of paper and I write down the dollar amount that I need, the exact dollar amount, really fucking big. That's why the marker is great. If I have a pen, I'll just go over it over and over and over and over again to create like the thickness. I write the dollar amount and I write the due date. And then I hang it up somewhere in the house or wherever I'm staying so that I can just constantly visually see it. So I think of where is a place or area that I'm going to spend like the most time walking by or being able to see this. And that's where I place this dollar amount. Okay, I've been doing that shit for fucking years. Years. Wow, like years, you guys. So the moment I got to the Airbnb, I'm like, okay, how do I recalibrate my energy, get like focused? I took a shower, I did my hair, I did my makeup. I did things to make myself feel good, presentable, feel good, look beautiful. I did the marker, I wrote the number, the amount of money, 10K, the date that it was due by. And like, there was a time though when I wrote it and I was like, bitch, you're fucking crazy. Like, girl, it's Tuesday. You need this by Saturday night. So this is the math. That was not mathing. The guy told me that you can make between like 1,000 to 2,000, maybe 2,500 a night doing bottle service here. So I had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and kind of Saturday, but not all night, if that makes sense. So this gave me 5 days. And I'm like, okay, I'm an overachiever. So if I work every single one of these days and I make 2K, then I can make my $10,000. However, I do have this rule where I don't work on the Shabbos. I've always had that rule. So that means that on Friday, I don't work. And so that's just how I do life. There's an energetic and a blessing, but in the Bible, it says that there's no blessing in the money that you make on a Friday. This is like Jewish stuff on the Shabbos. So there's like no blessing behind it. And so I always believe that like if you obey by God's rule and you do good by God, God will always take care of you. So I never work on Friday unless it's an emergency. But even in like the craziest emergency situations, I still didn't work because I just trusted that God is going to reward me for not working on a Friday. But because this was like a wiggly timeline, I was like debating. I'm like, okay, if Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday aren't as great, then I'm gonna have to work on Friday, even though I don't want to, but like I can't go to Israel without paying my fucking rent or having money to eat and travel, you know? So it was like 5 days, but really it was like 4 days. Friday was miscellaneous. The whole thing was fucking crazy. And then Saturday, essentially my flight left at 6 a.m. on Sunday morning, which basically meant that I had to be at the airport, you know, like 2 or 3 hours before. And I also had to leave the Airbnb, make sure everything looks good, walk Peanut, probably go to the ATM in the middle of the night, deposit money, return the rental car. So it's like I needed to like be heading towards the airport at like 3 a.m. on Saturday in the middle of the night. So it's like I didn't really have full-blown Saturday. Like I had it, but I didn't. So this was all fucking crazy. Like, may I add? May I add? It was nuts. I'm telling the story because I think it's fucking crazy what I was able to accomplish. Okay, so I get my energy aligned and right. I show up at the club. I meet my friend who's the manager there. We talk, blah, blah, blah. He shows me everything. I'm really like overwhelmed. I feel like kind of insecure. It's like I'm just really outside of my comfort zone. I'm like in this brand new state. There's like different rules. Like I don't know this place. Like I don't know where things are. Like I don't know the computer system. Like I don't know. I obviously know like the business, but like I don't know what the fuck. Like there's a part that feels insecure. Whatever, right? So he introduced me to like the owners like of the place and like, you know, okay. So day one, I take a shower, get ready, write the number, the amount, and I looked at it for a moment and I'm like, bitch, you're fucking crazy. It's kind of a lot of fucking money, but like you have to do it. Even though the amount like seemed really overwhelming energetically, I was like, you have to do it. This is your fucking goal. Just keep saying like 10,000, 10,000. I kept saying 10,000, 10,000, 10,000 repeatedly in my head. Night one, Tuesday, I make $800. And I was like, that's pretty good, especially for a Tuesday. Like in LA, people don't really go out on Tuesday. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I'm not really sure. But I was trying to give myself grace because I'm like, this is all new and that's pretty fucking good. But like, it's not exactly what I thought. And then I had to like recalculate. Okay, so I didn't make $2,000 the first night. But I made 800. But then that means that I have so much more pressure because now I need to make like 9,200 for the rest for like 4 days. And one of the day I might not work. It just kind of seemed like a bit intense. But I'm like, okay, I'm still motivated. I still have my mission and my vision in mind. Okay, Wednesday, I went in and I believe I made like $1,800, but I like fucking slaved. I killed myself. I killed myself. Like I was working my fucking ass off nonstop. Like it wasn't like the best. It was just like not, I don't know. It just like exhausted the fucking shit out of me. It drained me. Okay, so now I have like $2,600 and I just feel exhausted, tired, because when you're like working as a VIP bottle service girl, like you have to take not shots, but like you have to drink, and I don't even like to drink. I'm not even that person. But it's like, okay, it's like you have to have like a glass of champagne with this table, and you have a little glass of champagne on another table, and another table, and another table. And it's like, it's draining, and it's long hours, and you're just running around with fucking high heels. And it's just, it's a lot. It's intense, it's a lot, it's loud, it's annoying. It's like all the things. I have like a love-hate relationship with it. And it just like on Thursday, I felt so fucking drained and demolished. Like I was like, if I go today, like I will fucking cry. Because it just felt like I was in this like go state. Like from the moment I decided to do this mission, and then I went and bought the ticket and ran around and got peanut and like went to like the airport and like, went to the state, to like the city, right? It was a different city than LA, like on a plane, like a few hours away. And it just, and then it was like go, and go. And it's like chase. And it just like, it's like I barely slept, the day before the flight. And then I went to work, and then after the big flight. And it's like, it was just so draining that the next day I felt like hungover, fucking tired. I felt like almost defeated. And I was like, oh my God, like, okay, now I need to make like, what is it? Like $7,400 in like 3 days. That's stressful as fuck. However, on Saturday, the club stays open till 4 a.m. So I'm like, at least I have that. And on Friday, but I don't want to work on Friday. But I also feel so motherfucking demolished and drained. And I'm like, what do I do? And then I had to like sit and ask myself and question myself and be like, how bad do you want it? And I'm like, I fucking want it, but I'm tired. I'm like battling myself. And I decided to do something that I don't know that most people would do or risk when they have a mission. But I have learned through my manifestation skills and stuff that like, you can have the mission, and it's great to have the mission, and you should have the mission and be committed to the mission. But at the same time, like, if you're deteriorating, if you're depleted as fuck, you can't perform and be at a high vibrational state in order to perform. And so sometimes you have to like go and take care of yourself in whatever way that is. Like, I don't know, in my world, it looks like, getting a massage, like eating like a super healthy, organic, clean meal, like finding like a cafe, and making sure I'm eating right, some protein, some avocados, some green juice, some ginger shot, taking care of my body, finding an infrared light place or like a sauna, something that just rejuvenates the body to raise my vibrational frequencies and bring me back to life. On Thursday, I was like, should I go? Should I not? Should I go? Should I not? I don't know what to do. And I decided, no, I'm actually not going to go to work on Thursday, which was fucking insane. I'm insane. And I'm like, I want to take care of myself because I feel so fucking tired. And if I go to work today, I feel like I'm going to be wasting my own time. Like, I'm just not energetically aligned. I feel drained. And if I go, I know myself. I'm going to like, I was like sleep deprived. I also wasn't like eating the way that I normally eat, like healthy and clean. I was eating like fucking garbage there. And like, I just was like, I need a day for myself to rest, to recalibrate, to energize. Because if I go today, I'm not going to perform at my best. And I'm going to be fucking pissed. And then I'm going to like self-sabotage the entire fucking mission. So I decided that night, I'm like, I trust God. I trust God. I trust God. What's for me is meant for me. I went to faith and trust. What's for me is meant for me. I need this day to rest. And then I will just go hardcore on Friday and Saturday. But I need a day for me. So I did not go to work on Thursday. I chilled. I slept in. I remember this so well now. I went and I found like a green juice spot that's like vegan and organic, and I bought a bunch of healthy snacks, and I like really took care of myself like energetically. I think I went to do a massage. At the time I smoked hookah. I went to like a hookah bar and like, I don't know what I did, like edited pictures. And then I was like, like there was a part that I was like, am I doing the right thing? And I'm like, yes, but no, but I need this for my soul. I need this. I need to charge my soul. I need to like have like a feminine energy day, because the other thing was all masculine energy. It just go, 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 go. I'm like, even though this doesn't make sense, I'm just going to trust God and the universe. They always provide for me. I trust them. I put all my faith in them. Like, what's meant for me, it's going to be mine. And I just kept visualizing my trip to Israel and to Paris and the Paris thing. And I kept looking at images of, Paris hotels. And I was like, today I'm just going to select the Paris hotel that I'm going to manifest staying at. And I started to look at different hotels that I was going to stay at in Paris. Okay. I decided that I wasn't going to work Friday night. I was going to work Friday morning instead. If there was a day shift, I don't know if there was, but that was what I thought I was going to do instead. I wake up Friday morning a bit late and I'm like, no, I can't go. I can't deceive God. I can't work on a Friday. I know I really need to. I know I'm really fucking crazy and really cutting it because my flight, okay, you guys, Friday morning, my flight to Israel is on Monday. I have no money for rent, for fucking the trip, for nothing. I just have a fucking flight. It's obscene. It's like, it's crazy. Do you get how crazy this is? And I need to make like basically $7,500 in like a day and a half. And I say, no, I'm not going to work. I'm not going to work on Friday. I can't deceive God like this. It goes against like my morals and values. And I feel like at times of desperation, God tests us. It's like the 11th hour. God tests us. I was like, I can't do it. Even if it means not going on this trip that I know I'm still going to manifest. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to give up. But I can't deceive God. I know he always has my back. He's going to provide for me. I'm going to trust that. So on Friday, I didn't go. Okay, so what the fuck? So I went on Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, Thursday, I didn't go to recalibrate my energy field. Friday, I was like, nope, I'm doing this for God. Then all I had is fucking Saturday. All I had was Saturday. The club closed at 4 a.m. I had to head to the airport at 3. Okay, 3 a.m. My flight was at 6 in the morning. Okay. Saturday morning, I wake up and I was like, listen, bitch, we're not fucking around. We're not fucking around today. Do you understand me? You've had all your beauty sleep. You've had all your diva sleep. You've taken care of yourself. Today, we're not fucking around. Like, do you get it? I had to like parent myself and be like, bitch, we're not fucking around. Like, we're not. Today is serious as fuck, as though your life fucking depends on it. We aren't fucking around. You're doing everything that you know to raise your fucking vibration. We don't fucking quit. We're like gladiators today. You're a fucking gladiator, a goddess, warrior. And today is the fucking day, and you better show up. I know it's so motherfucking crazy to try to manifest $7,500 tonight, but you are fucking doing it. And then I started to do all my weird rituals of manifestation, and I wrote down like the number again. I wrote it down on more pieces of paper, the 10K all over the house, and I'm like, this is serious as fuck. No fucking around. Be focused as fuck. Like, yo, the energy that I woke up on that Saturday was like I'm a fucking gladiator and I'm going to the Coliseum, and it's or I die or I live, and I'm not letting anybody fucking kill me. Like, that was the fucking vibe. I think that's like my reference because I watched Gladiator 2 like a few like weeks ago, but that was the fucking vibe. That was the energy. Focus as fuck, mission oriented as fuck. Like, no fucking around. Okay. I had decided, I try to do the math in my head, and that's like the thing about manifestation. You can't like math everything out. There's like a part of it that has to be mystical, that has to be supernatural, that has to like, if you're going to manifest something fucking crazy that you've never done before, you have to like have balls and be in the energetics of actually believing that it's fucking possible. You can't like calculate every little fucking detail. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to arrive at this club at 9 o'clock. I have till 4, but I don't really have till 4. I have to leave at like 2:30, max 3, but that's really pushing it. And in that time, be focused, look your best, be your best, like be the fucking money magnet that I know you to be. You have so much fucking success, so much amazing success stories to back up your fucking magic girl. Like tonight, you're just gonna show up as a fucking light. Okay, I'm like, okay, let's fucking go. It's nighttime. Something happened where I was delayed. So I thought I was gonna leave the Airbnb at 9. And it takes like 20 minutes to get there from where I was staying. But now it's like 9:30. I start driving, and halfway through my drive, I realized that I forgot my Social Security card at the Airbnb, which I needed. They're like, if you want to get paid, you need to bring this to us. They told me to do it before, and I was supposed to do it on Wednesday and Thursday, but I didn't do that. They told me, you have to bring that, otherwise we cannot pay you. And I was like, yeah, of course. I thought for sure I brought it. And all of a sudden I realized that something happened and I don't know where the fuck it is. And I'm like, oh my God, where the fuck is my Social Security card? And I'm like halfway through the drive, and I had to make a U-turn, and I had to go back to the Airbnb. And I'm like, you're so fucking dumb. You're so fucking dumb. How the fuck can you forget it and lose it? Are you fucking kidding? You stupid idiot. I can't believe you. What the fuck? This is your day. You're gonna fuck this up. I was like losing it. The odds were literally against me. I drive back to the Airbnb. I find my social, and I'm like, fuck. Oh my God. Now it's 10 o'clock. I have to drive there. And then I have to check in. And then I have to go to the back and put my things in the locker. And like, oh my God, you're so fucking dumb. Like, I was losing it and panicking. I already showed up. I was like already late. And then now I fucking forgot my card. I don't even know how that happened. I was trying to like conceptualize the whole drive back and forth, like how the fuck that happened. I was panicking. I was like, oh my God, you fucked this up. You're so stupid. And then I arrive to the club, and I'm like, okay, let's just focus. And lo and behold, the universe always has your back. Let me tell you something about delays. A lot of people think that delays are bad. No, they're synchronistically aligned, motherfuckers. They're there for you, even when you can't see it. Listen, that delay changed my fucking life. Me forgetting the social and having to go back changed my life. I thought it was happening to me, not for me. But I also know that everything's happening for me. Okay, so I show up at the club, and there is a car. So a car pulls up in front. I pull up after. It kind of was giving like Vegas valet vibes. And I look all pretty and stuff in the car, my rental car. But the car pulls up in front, and then there was like a lot of guys that came out of it. I don't know. And then someone from the cars in front of me. I don't even know how to explain this, but this guy like comes to my window and he's like, can I valet your car? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then he's like, just kidding. So like I thought he was valet because I'm like new here. And he was actually like a customer and he was just like, I guess trying to flirt or like, I don't know what. I guess that's what it was. And then he's like, just kidding. I'm just a customer. Like, how are you? And I was like, hi. And he's like, what's your name? And I was like, Kim. And he's like, you're so beautiful. And I was like, thanks. And he's like, so, oh my God, what the fuck? I'm like remembering all of this and I'm like shitting my pants. What the fuck? This guy says to me, yo, my life is so crazed. He says to me, there were like a couple of guys. He's like, my friend just sold his company for $3 billion and he just got paid for it and we're here to fucking celebrate and we want to go fucking wild. My jaw dropped. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking what? Wait, what? Are you what? It's not a fucking joke. That's actually legit, you guys. I'm so glad I told the story. It's just, my life is fucking crazy. My life is fucking crazy. Like, what the fuck? What are the odds? Like 1 to a billion? 1 to 3 billion? Like, what are the odds? I think it's more than 1 to a billion. I think it's like 1 to like 10 or 20 billion. The shit was fucking crazy. And then he goes, hey everyone, this is Kim. And everyone's like, hey, John, Brian, Ryan, you know, and then he's like, okay, so you work here, right? And I was like, yeah, I do bottle service. And he's like, okay, so go get dressed, check in, and then come to our table. We want to place an order. And I jaw dropped, but like emoji with stars in his eyeballs. Like, what the fuck? I was like frozen in time and space with like a smile on my face and like, what is life? What the fuck is life? That is how fucking crazy manifestation gets to be. Did you just hear this fucking story? That's how fucking crazy your life gets to be sometimes. Like, if you believe, if you don't drop the energy, if you take care of yourself, if you believe in God, if like you believe in the universe, if you have fucking crazy dreams, like this is how fucking crazy life gets to be for you. I go and I run and I get dressed really fast, but I'm like, I'm a really fast person. And I was like, I was like, oh my God. And I just like went and checked in and put on my shoes and like, oh my God. And then I was like trying to come in like smooth, like I'm not insanely excited about to have a heart attack. I was trying to come in like so cash, but like literally on the inside, I'm fucking screaming. And I go to him, I go to the table and I'm like, hey guys. And he's like, yeah, we'd love for you to be our server. And then I'm like, okay, so what can I get you guys? So I talked to the guy that like originally parked in front of me. This was a very expensive club, FYI, like bottle service, really fucking expensive. I talked to the guy, I'm like, what would you like? And he's like, let's say he said, I want like vodka, Red Bull. And I'm like, okay, cool. What kind? He's like, Grey Goose. And so I'm like, okay, one. And he's like, no, like the entire bottle. And I was like, oh, okay, so Grey Goose. Okay, cool. And then the guy next to him, I'm like, what do you want? He's like, I want, I don't know, whiskey, something with whiskey. And I'm like, okay, so I write down like a shot of whiskey. And he's like, no, the entire bottle. And I'm like, where the fuck am I? This is fucking crazy. So essentially, there were like 4 or 5 guys. And normally, you know, you get people's drinks, but everything that, like, if somebody wanted, like, vodka, then they got the entire bottle. Somebody wanted, do we get it? Somebody wanted whiskey, they got the entire bottle. Somebody wanted, like, champagne, they got the entire bottle. And that's what it was. And he's like, what do you want to drink? And I'm like, oh, I love champagne. And he's like, okay, like, then get yourself a Dom Perignon. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so for every bottle, I'm charging them, which is, like, crazy money, and they're just tipping me like crazy. For each bottle. It's like bottle 1 transaction tipping me like $500. Bottle 2, I'm like, here we go. We have to pay like 1 bottle at a time. And they're tipping me like crazy. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like shocked, speechless. I don't know what to say. You guys, oh my God. I don't even know how to like conceptualize what went down. We also have this option as bottle service girls to like kind of overcharge. Like you have an option to overcharge. if someone, you can tell that someone's rich and they don't give a fuck and they're not even asking for prices, like you could overcharge and like they just don't care. I tried doing that and they didn't give a fuck. Like I tried it like on a small scale, like raising like $100, they didn't give a fuck. And then I raised it like the price because that's, you know, you get paid like commission and like tips and like all the things. So then I raised the price by like $500 on one of the bottles and they're like, okay. Zero fucks because this guy just became, they literally came to spend. They came to spend and have a fucking crazy party. And so obviously the higher the bottles prices were, the bigger the tip was. Well, I don't know how to explain this essentially, but I ended up making $8,000. It's insane. It's insane. I think it's one of the fucking craziest things I've ever done. Like I have to say, just the whole story is insanity. It was crazy. The first hour, I made like $1,500 from them. The second hour, I made another $1,500 from them. And they just kept giving me money, writing more money on like, it's like every time they bought something, it's like you have to check them out and like kind of start like this new thing. Because you want to make sure that people have like the money, right? Like if someone's like, yeah, I'd like a bottle for $1,000, it's like, okay, you need to charge them for it. You got to like take their card and take their signature and take the picture of their ID. And like, it's like a whole process. They just kept giving me cash, kept writing crazy amounts of tips. This story is really motherfucking profound. The story was effing crazy. Wow. So the first hour I made $1,500. The second hour I made $1,500. We're already at $3,000. The next hour I made $2,000. And then the last hour I made $25,000. So let me see. Hold on. Yeah, it was like $8,000, $8,500. Something like that. Okay. I'm in shock. I mean, as this was going on, I couldn't fucking believe my eyes, my brain. But I was so mission oriented. It was so much was happening like in my mind and in the energy. And I was like so scared that a different bottle service girl would try to like steal them from me, which of course they tried, but I was like caught blocking that shit. I was like, get the fuck out of here. No, girl, no. Anyways, I don't know what other people do because I don't compete with other people. I compete with myself. I'm in my own fucking category. And that shit was so crazy. Okay. So, I don't know what other people do. All I know is that I had my fucking social and I needed to get paid because I need to fucking leave right now and go to the airport. And the club owes me like $1,000. I don't know, like I can't remember like how much I had in cash that they were tipping me out. But like, so I go and I'm like, I have to go. Like I told them originally when I walked in, I'm like, I can't work till 4 a.m. I have to go. I have a flight. So I go to whatever, talk to the girl who messages the manager. So she's like, there was like a change booth. There was like a booth where like people got cash or like money, like I don't know. I went to her and I'm like, hey, like I need to get paid like $8,000. And she's like, oh, whoa, wow, really? And I'm like, yeah. Like to me, it's like, yeah, like that's like all normal and shit. And she's like, what the fuck? Like, who is this girl? And like in moments, all the girls that worked there were like, who is this girl? And then she like walkie-talkies the manager and she's like, hey, I have Kim here. She needs to get paid $8,000. And he's like, hold on, I'm trying to get the money out of the safe. $8,000? Yes, $8,000. And I'm like, what is fucking life? But I also was like very mission oriented. It's like dazed and confused, shocked, excited. I have to go to the fucking airport. I don't want to miss my flight because if I miss my flight, I won't be able to go to Israel the next day. Crazy madness on steroids. Anyways, like, okay, wait, really? She made like $8,000? Like, yeah, like, did you check it? Did you go through it? Is everything right? Like, yes. Like, okay, they give me the money in cash. I shove it in my purse. And I run out. And I haven't been able to process any of this until the drive back. And I still don't even have time to process any of this But I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I made it. I made it. I made my goal. I made a little bit more than my goal. Like, what the fuck? I can't believe it. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I essentially only worked 3 shifts. Like, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? And these guys were so fucking fun, easygoing, probably like the easiest customers I've ever had in my life, were throwing money at me like it was water. It was absurd. Obviously, we're having fun and I was being funny and silly and like all the things, right? But like, I was in shock. And then I had to run to the Airbnb. I already packed everything up. I had to run to the Airbnb, grab my shit, grab Peanut, walk Peanut real quick, rush to the ATM drive-through because I never fucking thought that I was going to have that much money in cash. And how the fuck, like, am I going to get on an airplane with like $8,000? But I also had money from the night before. So I don't know what I did with that. I don't know if it was like deposited. So I had to deposit some of the money into the ATM. And I'm still in shock for my fucking life. And I'm headed toward the airport and I'm returning the car. And I'm like, didn't fucking sleep all night. Now it's like fucking 5 a.m. Okay. Like, madness. Just madness. I left the club at like 3 because it took so long, 3:30. I was like rushing, getting Peanut at the ATM at like fucking 4:30, running to the airport, returning the car, getting in line to check in. I haven't slept. I had so much like champagne and like I'm fucking tired and I have my hair and my makeup and everything smeared and I'm just like in shock. And I get on the plane. I fucking fall asleep like a baby. But like the moment, only when I got on the plane did I realize what the fuck I just pulled off. Because it was just adrenaline, go, 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 mission. I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. I think that whole story is effing motherfucking crazy, which is why I told it to begin with, because it's out of this fucking world. It's insane. Manifestation is the most wildest fucking thing ever. Quantum leaping, skipping time and space, the shit that you're capable of doing on this planet is literally infinite, crazy, and insane. There are no words, truly. I got picked up by my friend at the airport, went home, slept because I barely slept. The flight was like a 3-hour flight. Barely slept, went home, slept, took a nap, walked Peanut again, packed my things to Israel and Paris. Like fucking crazy. Went to sleep that night, woke up the next morning, and got on the motherfucking flight to Israel. Yo, like, what? My best guy friend was watching Peanut at the time. I went for like, I think like 4.5 weeks. Peanut couldn't go to Israel. And everything I wanted manifested into reality. I got to go on my amazing trip. I got to pay the 2 months rent. I got to go to Israel with like $3,500. Also, which was really nice because my mom during that time wasn't making that much money. She was really struggling. And so when I go to Israel, I like to like, I know that when I go, it's like I'm paying for everyone. So it's like my mom and my sisters and me. So I'm paying ×4. Like when we go to restaurants. So my mom doesn't like, at the time, she wasn't like really allowing herself to like go out to dine at restaurants because it's really expensive. It's like a few hours worth of work for her to go out to like a restaurant. And she just calculated things like that. Very different than me when it comes to money mindsets. And I always, when I go to Israel, I like to be large and I like to take care of my family and I like us to go out to dinners and I like to like fill my mom's refrigerator with like a bunch of food and like be able to pay for things and like have them not worry about money as much as I can. And, you know, like take out my sisters, like take out, my sister was like a child at the time, my baby sis, like take her out, like buy her clothes, like whatever the hell she needed, like clothes, like whatever she wanted. She was really into makeup and stuff, so I would love to take her like to like, I think it's called Beauty Collection. It's like a store in Israel. It just has a bunch of lipsticks and makeup and like that gives me life. So I went to Israel and I was able to do all of these things. And I also decided to do a spontaneous trip to Egypt. That was wild, solo to Egypt on this trip. That was so unexpected and incredible and amazing. And then on the way back from Israel, I went to Paris and your girl made her dream come true. I was Carrie Bradshaw. Oh my God. I rented the most epic hotel room in Paris. I was in Paris for 2 days. Um, Essentially, I kind of made it like almost a 48-hour layover. And it was incredible. I had Eiffel Tower view. I had the dreamy, dreamy Parisian windows with that architecture, that vintage Victorian windows that just open inwards or outwards. And I did a photo shoot there. So everyone, like, I talked about this moment on Instagram at the time where I just like, I wanted to feel that movie feeling. Like, I wanted to feel like Carrie or like those girls that go to like Paris and have their dreams come true and stay at like this beautiful hotel. Oh, I also thought of like Gossip Girl, of like Blair or something. But more Carrie Bradshaw. I also bought a bunch of clothes when I was in Israel to like do photo shoots in Paris. And I went to Israel. I bought myself stuff. Yeah, I made my Israel dream come true. I went to Paris. I made the money. I did the thing. It just was fucking crazy and wild and out of the movies. And I think this is a really wild story about what happens when you like bet in on yourself. I think the story is inspiring and incredible and like should be a fucking movie because it's just insane. And while you think the story is insane, and it is, it's like it's really one of my greatest stories, I believe, of this lifetime. I do have like hundreds more that are very similar to that. Like, I feel like all of my manifestation stories are that fucking crazy. They're all that crazy. Like, I feel like that's one of my favorite like money ones. But I have many money ones. But I've manifested like being on TV and being on shows and being on movies and being friends with celebrities and manifested my dream body. Manifested all my trips around the world, manifested so many opportunities. And I feel like there's so many takeaways from this whole madness, crazy story. And if you want to learn more about manifestation and manifesting any dollar amount or big quantities amount in a short period amount of time, definitely check out my Money Magnet Masterclass, where I literally teach you all my secrets of how I've been able to manifest large sums of money in a short period amount of time. That just shocked me and amazed me. And I have to say this too, I also feel like on the drive back, leaving to go get Peanut and like all the things, like I like cry happy tears, like gratitude tears, like shocked tears, because I almost thought like all is failed. Like I didn't go for 2 days to work, like all the things, but it all ended up working out. It was amazing. Like, it was a time. It was insane. Only my mom and my sisters, like, they get it. Like, they've heard me tell stories like this millions of times, and they're just like, you're insane, Khofit. You're insane. They jokingly call me, like, a witch. They're like, how do you do it? How do you do it? Like, no one understands how I do it. And also, if you're interested and want to learn more about manifestation, the mindset, if you keep trying to manifest and you're getting stuck at different areas, or perhaps if you're not living the life that you believe that you deserve, you want a bigger life, it doesn't mean that you hate your current circumstance. You just want more for yourself and you don't know how to actually get there. Like, you see a bigger vision for yourself and you don't know how to actually get there. I have an amazing program called Energetic Codes, and it's my 6 months mentorship membership where we meet every single Thursday and I coach you in a group setting. It's incredible. I love that space. I'm getting ready to relaunch it. If you're interested in Energetic Codes, I'm going to also leave a link for that, where if you're good at manifestation, or maybe you're not and you want my guidance or help, you can obviously always hire me as your one-on-one coach and mentor. But if you want to be in a group setting and you want to be able to have access to me and ask me questions on a weekly basis and have me mentor you, Energetic Codes is a great space to do that. You can join it right away. Or if you want, you could also send me a message over on Instagram to ask me any questions. And I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. And if you're enjoying my podcast in general, don't forget to give this podcast 5 stars in Apple Store or the Spotify store. I love you guys. And I hope you enjoyed the story. And I hope I helped inspire you for your next great manifestation. Bye.